Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I went to the theater today and it had been a long time since I've been to the theater, especially as an audience member. I'm usually on stage, but my son's college was having their production of Sweeney Todd, so I saw that today. Very impressed. MTSU, good job. But it got me to thinking to one of my absolute favorite ghost experiences. I was in Tullahoma, Tennessee. We have an awesome community theater here. And we were doing Arsenic and Old Lace. And if you're not familiar with the play, both of the female characters, the leads, are dressed in like early 19th century type dresses. They're long, long sleeved, pretty much what you would see on Titanic, maybe around that period. I was Martha, if you've seen the play. And one of the Saturday performances, my zipper on my one of my costumes broke, and I could not get out of my costume because nobody could get it, get the zipper down. So I had to put my next costume over top of my black dress costume. And let me tell you, if you have not been on stage under the really bright theater lights, it gets warm. So if you're wearing long sleeves on top of more long sleeves, it's like a sauna effect. It's really warm. But after the production, they had to actually break the zipper to get me out of it. And we had a matinee the next day on Sunday. And I went to the costumier and said, look, my zipper broke. I could not help it. We tried to not break it, but it broke. And it's the only dress like this that is in my size, because I was a lot smaller then, and all the other dresses were just huge on me and it would not look right. So the costumier is like, well, okay, well, I can't do it tonight, I've got to go, but I'll look at it tomorrow before the performance and see what I can do. And I was like, oh gosh, okay. So I came in the next day, and I had left my dress on my chair at my makeup table. And the dress was hanging up behind me on the changing stalls. Because it was like a male and female. We just had one huge dressing room. And you had stalls, kind of like if you were go to the store and try on clothes. That's kind of what we had to change in. And it was hanging in the back. So when I sat at my makeup table, my dress was right behind me on the stall. And I was like, oh, I checked it because I didn't put it there. I checked it and the zipper was perfect. I was like, yay, I'm so happy. I don't have to swim around and wear these huge dresses and, try to make it look like it's mine. And I was one of the first people there because I was wanting to get my dress fixed before the performance. And slowly people started showing up and I was like, my costume's fixed. It's awesome. I can't remember the costumier's name. Sorry if you know her or what have you. But so-and-so must have fixed it. And they were like, oh man, that's awesome. And when the costumier showed up, I told her, I was like, thank you so much for fixing my dress. She's like, actually, I just got here. I haven't had time to look at it yet. Is it okay? Could you get the zipper down? I was like, well, yeah, it's fine. It was hanging on the stall behind me, and I had left it on my chair for you, like you asked. And she's like, oh, I haven't had time. I came straight from church, and I haven't looked at it yet. So I was like, And I went around to the cast, one of our directors and everything. I was like, did you fix my dress, or do you know who did? And they're all like, no, I'm sorry. And Glendale, my theater buddy, he was amazing. He's passed on, bless his heart, but loved him to death. He was the director, and he came in to check on everybody, and I was like, Glendale, somebody fixed my dress, and I don't have a clue as to who it was. I've asked everybody. The costumier didn't do it, and I named off, the cast members. I was like, did you mess with it? Did you fix it? And he's like, I don't know how to sew. So he's like, you know what? I bet it was Rosie. And I was like, who's that? And he's like, well, she's the ghost that lives upstairs where you and Bonnie change. And the set is a double set, so it's like you have stairs going up, and on that end there is a prop room that the audience doesn't see, but the stairs just lead up there, and we can change for the next scene or whatever. He's like, you know what, you need to go up and thank her for fixing your dress. She just does that. I was like, good enough for me. My dress is fixed. That's awesome. So I went up to set my props, and I told her, I was like, thank you so much for fixing my dress. I really appreciate it. So it was interesting, because I'm not afraid of ghosts. I've met very few bad ones, but I've dealt with ghosts throughout my whole life. And so I just think it's cool. I can't fathom not believing in them, because I've interacted with them so many different times in so many different places and everything. So, but that was awesome. That was a really cool experience, to have a ghost physically fix my costume. And I will never forget it. Now, that theater has been said to have quite a few ghosts. And theater ghosts, I guess, like I said in my other theater ghost video, different theater, by the way, different state. But I think people who have spent a lot of time in the theater and really just love being there, whether it's a crew member, whether it's a worker at the theater, or an actor or an actress who has been in a lot of productions, you just feel like that's your second home. And you feel more comfortable there than sometimes you do your own house. And so, when us actors pass on, we want to be comfortable and around friends. So we go back to where we hung out the most. And, but I will never forget her at the Tullahoma Theater. But it's actually not called the Tullahoma Theater. It's technically South Jackson Civic Center. But they put on productions throughout the year. And I just moved back to Tullahoma, so I haven't had a chance to do any theater recently. But I hope to get back in the swim of things soon. But anyways, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any theater ghost stories of your own, or any ghost stories for that matter, I would be more than happy to read them. Because, like I said, I'm really interested in this stuff. So, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you thought this video was somewhat interesting. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. But until then, we'll see you next time. Night.